Hello, I'm James Jeffrey, and I'm the genealogy librarian here at the Denver Public Library. And I would like to share with you a bit today about Hispanic research. Hispanic research in southern Colorado and northern New Mexico is exciting research because there are a wealth of records. Everyone begins the same way. You've gathered your home resources. You've found the family in the Census Records beginning in 1940 and working back to 1850. You've taken a beginning class. You've joined one of the local Hispanic Genealogy societies. You've been in touch with your family. You've talked to the old aunts. You've conversed with your cousins, your primos and primas. And you're ready to do a bit more research. So what else is out there? Well, one of the wealth of information would be census records that you haven't thought about, such as the Civil War census record of 1890. It will list Union veterans. Yes, many of the Hispanics from southern Colorado and northern New Mexico were involved in the American Civil War and served on the Union side. And so you will find where they're receiving pensions, their widows receiving pensions. Walk into a cemetery, you may see a federal gravestone. So that's a really good clue that you need to be looking for federal Civil War pension files. Well, if the family is in the 1870, 60, and 50 federal census, what else is there? Well, you might want to look at the Mexican state census of 1845. Yeah, it'll list the name of the head of household, the spouse, the children, where they're born, their ages. It looks a lot like the U.S. federal census of 1850. Then, of course, you've got the Mexican state census of 1836 and 1821. You might want to think about the Mexican census of 1791 and 1765. There are other census records. They're not wide coverage, but you will find even some people covered in census records for 1721 and the 1690s. These are more statistical, head of household, but most useful. The most useful record will be church records. So you want to look at the church records for the archives for the Archdiocese of Santa Fe. You're very fortunate in that many of these have been digitized. They've been published in book format. We have many of them on our shelves so that we look under the name of the parish. Being a good librarian, we've added geographic information, so you're able to find the book and then work your way through the books using the indexes, looking at the names of, especially if it's a baptismal record, the name of the child, the date of baptism, the date of birth, the name of the parents. For certain time periods, the name of grandparents are listed, the name of the godparents, the sponsors. That's exciting and useful information. Marriage records. So you would look at, again, the same sort of thing. Many of them have been published, and you would want to check them out because it'll list who they married, the names of their parents. It's exciting, useful information, the age of the spouses, so that you get a sense of how old this person was when they were married. Is it a first, second, or third wedding? Burial information. I love this sort of thing. It is frequently not looked at, but the burial information will give bare bones basic information about an individual, how old they were, sometimes who the name of their parents are or who their spouse was, sometimes where they're born. An excellent resource that many people overlook are the marriage contracts, the diligencias. The diligencias are most important in that in small communities such as northern New Mexico, if you were marrying within degrees of relationship, the church could deny you marriage to that person that you want to marry because they're a first, second, or third cousin. And so we have the Diligencias, the marriage interrogatories, which have been published in English by Fray Angelico Chavez. And you will discover that in these records, the name of the potential spouses are listed, who their parents are, their occupations, witnesses are called, why there could possibly be some opposition to a wedding, and usually it's all taken care of and the marriage will proceed. The Diligencias are a wealth of information. You would want to track down the original Diligencia, which will be in Spanish, because the Diligencias as published are a short paragraph. The Diligencias stretch on for pages and may stretch on for 5-6 pages or up to 20-25 pages, depending upon all the number of people that were called as witnesses. So that it's a terrific resource that should never be overlooked. How are you going to find these things? Well, you're going to visit us here at the library. And if we don't have them, then we will point you in the right direction. We're very fortunate in that many of the church books have been published. The Diligencias have been published, but we also happen to have the microfilms for the archives for the Archdiocese of Santa Fe. We have the Spanish archives, the Mexican archives, and the territorial archives for New Mexico, where many records have been extracted and published, but many records are still waiting to be discovered. But you're also very fortunate in that the archives for the Archdiocese of Santa Fe, the church records, have recently been digitized by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and are available for you and I to look at through a website called Family Search. Many of them have been indexed, some of them have not. Not everything is up online at this point, but many things are. So that's another reason why you want to visit us here at the library, so that you can receive guidance from us. And so I look forward to visiting with you on your next visit here at the library. Thank you so much, and happy hunting.